I just wanted to say a couple of other things. I love my ability to speak the way I speak on the camera, and my ability to look into the lens and let people know what's up. And the way I teach about Tupac, his evolution. That was a cool one, the last video, innit? I know I bashed on my uncle Ray from me a lot as a kid. He even said to me the other day, like, I see him sometimes in his car driving past. He shouted out, he goes, when I raped him as a kid, I never had a condom on. And he said that because I told him I called the police on him, but I haven't done the camera interview when they take you in the private room and film it. And it sort of egged me on to want to complete it, but Pax promised me the fame, and I believe him, because if I see him face to face and every day, and I see him and he's taking me out my body when I was suffering so much, and I've flown into the universe while he's held me and he's told me he's loved me, and one day I fell into a trance, and all of a sudden I ran out of my body into my soul in a child's body. And the spirit guide said, his higher guardian angel said, we're here to reunite you with your father for the day. And Tupac Shakur walked in the room, and I said, hey Dad, we had the greatest day ever. And he took me all across Eastern, the area I grew up in, to the white children's homes to show me how they live. Crystal clear net Puritans, and I think he was on about their minds and their spirits. They're quite clean people, in their minds and that, right? The black people, they follow them. So let's not fucking say I'm a sellout or lick their ass or anything, because I'm not Uncle Tom, right? And the Asians, they follow them with the money thing and all that. But I think white people more follow their boyfriends and their girlfriends and their relationships, and building a family in the house and raising their children right and all that. So that's what I follow. But I get that from my own heart. And when I was 8, I used to visualize on the bed every night, telepathic. I used to close my eyes and just see me with a woman, and I used to see her on one side of the bedroom and see her on the other side, but we'd be communicating telepathically. I think that was a guardian angel, that I was with, because I actually see myself as I am now. And even though I was 8, I used to visualize the sort of person I've become as a 33-year-old then. And the woman I used to visualize myself telepathically communicating with, whether we was in a room or in a different room or different places, I used to visualize me with my children. So in a sense, when I was 8, I sort of lived a man's life already, because I had my 2 daughters, and I took them all across Disneyland, Paris. I took my wife with me. I had my girls, took my photos of them. I had them sat on my lap, both of them together. I had them cuddle me, love me, hug me, kiss me, like daddy should be. I had my wife love me in every way that she should be loved. And I met her, and when I was 8, I visualized that I went to a club and some man was bugging her out, so I beat them up. And I visualized all of that into a relationship, into driving all across the world in my car, which was a toy car. I did it in such telepathic time motion, I was in the universe, and I actually lived all those years while having my eyes closed and visualizing. And then I visualized her giving birth. I visualized the kids growing up. I visualized them up until about 8 years old, the prettiest little girls you could imagine, the prettiest wife, the prettiest life. I visualized the house, the career, the fans following me, the cars, everything. So I sort of lived it, you know what I mean? I emulated it already back then. When I was 21 and I was in a dry house, it was very beautiful, very muscular, masculine, but pretty with it. I used to sit down in the front room, and these ghosts used to come into the room with a woman and 2 children, and they used to just cuddle me and love me like a dad should be loved. And I'm thinking whoa, I just accepted it. And my friend used to walk in the room and say, what's going on here? He actually stumbled across the wife and 2 children and the dad, and he used to look upon me I could see them, but he didn't say nothing. He was a close mate of mine, Nick. I love you forever. I never forget how close you were to me. All the love you gave me, all the respect you gave me, how you raised me as your own. You sort of raised me as your own child, and you gave me the love of a father, and did so much more for me than what I just mentioned. So peace. There's so many stories that I think God wants me to give you guys, and I think He wants me to give it on each clip. So a 3-minute clip, 5-minute clip, 4-minute clip. So you could put it on a CD, when I die, and sell it 10 4-minute clips for a tenner, you know what I mean? Or and then people will get a chance to see me, feel me, hear me, you know what I mean? And then give the money to charity and stuff like that. and give it to foundations and that in India and Bangladesh and Dhaka, where there's no water well, where there's no food, no economy. We can help build economies and help train people, that want to go over and work for me voluntarily in my schools and that. And they'll get paid for it and get a family home and get all these things that a church should give, their staff, their employees, as service for what they're doing, you know what I mean? So I've got it all thought out. I'm a political program really thought out for Cameron. It's totally against his regime, and it's against Obama's regime, it's against the army regime. I've got my own plans for the army, get them all out of the countries now, bring them back to Britain, tell America to fuck off, and if the America say, well, what about our economy, what about our deals we got going, I say, screw you, this army is for my country, to police the streets, and to keep trouble off our areas, and to fix up the areas and keep all the drug dealers out, and we can fix the country overnight, if you follow a couple of my laws. But I'm going a bit deep here because I feel like the spirit wants me to chat now and just move on. I'm going to go home after this one, right? Take care. Bye. It's not time, right? Sorry.